Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2015 to 2016 graphic novel series Avatar: The Last Airbender, Smoke and Shadow. So part 1, September 2015, part 2, December 2015, part 3, March 2016. There's your dates, there's your timestamp. So, Smoke and Shadow, what's up? So Sokka and Katara are off to visit the southern I was gonna say Southern Air Temple, to visit the Southern Water Tribe, because they haven't been there since they left, when the war was still going on. So after all of the stuff that went on at the Earth and Fire Refinery, which I had looked up, is not affiliated with Udao. I was trying to figure out what Republic City eventually originated from. It was Cranefish Town. Cranefish Town is the name of the earthen refinery, where the refinery actually is. That's the name of the city that they then take. They take the name Cranefish because of that spirit. Okay, and that's what Republic City comes into. Udao is a trading, with them because they make a railroad. Okay, history. Now, Smoke and Shadow. So Sokka and Katara are off to the Southern Water Tribe. Aang is supposed to join them, but he gets this Firehawk message from Zuko that there's been a kidnapping, that he needs help, that he thinks it's spirits that did some kidnapping. But Aang's like, no, spirits don't kidnap kids. So Aang goes to the fire capital, meets Zuko, and the kid that's been kidnapped is Tom Tom, who is May's younger brother. May has been living with her aunt and mom and younger brother, working at a flower shop. Her father went on a, crazy political escapade, creating a new Ozai society underground to get rid of Zuko, to reinstall Ozai on the throne, because he's crazy. Crazy people are, it happens. So, politics aside, Tom Tom is missing. He was taken by these dark spirits called the Kemikaraji. And the Kemikaraji, and I just butchered the name completely, but it's close. They're these female dark spirits who are hell-bent on revenge and, payback and things like that, right? So Zuko and Aang, May and Ty Lee and Suki, they're all together, and May's got a new boyfriend named Kylo, and they're all, trying to figure out what the hell to do. Zuko's trying to figure out, is he supposed to take more of the side that his father took on the Iron Fist side? Is he supposed to take more of the peace side that Aang is trying to, instill upon him? So all of this is happening because there's an ambush. May's father, leader of the new Ozai Society, creates an ambush to try to wipe out Zuko, his mom Ursa, his younger sister Ki, and his stepfather Akem, when they're all going back to the capital city. Plan is, foiled, fights ensue, etc., right? But then as the story progresses, more kids are being kidnapped. And then Zuko and Aang, May, and Kylo go into the underground dragon catacombs, where all of the Fire Lords are buried, and they have to figure out a way to get into the part of the catacombs that were sealed off when Sozin took rule, because Sozin decided that history started when Sozin became the Fire Lord. But that's not how history works. You can't erase history. So Kylo figures out a way to unlock, with May's daggers, which is pretty cool, going through the nostrils of these dragons to metal dragons, to get into the hidden off part. They've then learned the history of the Kemikaraji, the dark spirits. And so one actually visits Aang and explains to him their origin, why they are who they are, but they have not been on the Earth since they originated back then. And he says, yeah, but why are you taking the kids? And she says, I repeat, we have not been on this Earth since then. So Aang is now realizing, oh, so maybe it's not actual spirits, maybe it's humans. They then fight, turns out it's Azula, leading this group of girls to take these kids, working with May's father, to try to make Zuko look like the bad guy, make him look like he has a strong iron fist, make him look like Ozai, even though he's not. So Azula is having this revelation, in a sense, after fighting Zuko in many places, saying that it's her destiny to make sure that he becomes the Fire Lord that she would have been, knowing that she's not destined to become a Fire Lord, but she's going to make him the Fire Lord that she would have been, ruling with the Iron Fist, ruling with fear, not with love. So it's interesting. Azula gets away. You have, May's father being arrested, the kids returning back to their family. Zuko and Aang having some fights here and there, but realizing, they do trust each other in the end. It's just very neat having all of this going on while Ursa is dealing with going back to the capital. She hasn't been to the capital since she was banished. So now that she's back in the capital, all these different emotions are coming up, and she faces Ozai at the end, telling him, "You have no power over me. You're a small, weak man. Your heart's not filled with love." Leaves. And it's just one of those like Z-snap kind of moments, and it's just very neat. It's very neat. Having Ki figuring out some firebending to help the kids escape, very cool. A lot of stuff. This was a much darker, much heavier book compared to the other stories that we've gotten so far, but we're still in the canon of The Last Airbender. We're still book 4, if you will, quote unquote, of after the 100-Year War, after defeating Ozai, Zuko's Fire Prince, after the adventures in Yudao, after the adventures in, Toph is off metal bending with her students, and that's fine. But we know that all this is happening. We know Cranefish Town is becoming a metropolis. It's becoming a thing. This is the start. This is the new start. This is the new start of the new world after the 100-Year War. Different parts of the world are experiencing different things. So now that we know that Katara and Sokka are off to the south, the next chunk of books is called North and South. What happens next? What happens in the Water Tribes after the 100-Year War? We've gone through... Aang is trying to bring back the Air Nomads with the Air Acolytes, so that covers the Air Nation. Fire Nation is being run by Zuko. Earth Kingdom still has the king, but there's now the different colonies are trying to integrate fire to Earth. How do you mix the two different cultures together to create a new world? And then now what happens in the Water Tribes, North and Southern Water Tribes? So what happens next? It all comes down to what happens next. The past brings you to the future. The present shows you what the future can be. What you decide now in the present shows what the future can be. And that's what all of these books are about, and that's what the learning experience from our Team Avatar has been about. And I am very excited to continue on reading these books. Mucho mahalo.